Hi, I'm Sawyer Gleason.
And I'm Carly Moolsey, and today we're going to be discussing shark cage diving and the risks that accompany it and why people choose to pursue it as an extreme sport anyway.
We're going to go over the various dangers of shark diving and as well as point out some instances of these dangers.
We're also going to compare it with other extreme sports where they visit dangerous predators in their natural habitat.
Many people try to portray shark diving as a safe sport. They cite numbers that say that more people die from falling out of bed than by shark attacks every year. However, the site that presented this information and that defended the safety of shark diving had a link directing browsers to a place where they could book their next cage dive. It seems that corporations have an interest in assuring customers that what they are paying for is safe. This can result in a skewed view of the dangers of shark diving. One specific instance of the dangers of shark diving occurred in September of 2016. A group of 4 divers were all in one cage watching a large shark very near to them. Within a matter of minutes, the shark had severed the divers' air hoses and forced its way into the cage. Fortunately for the divers, the shark got stuck and they were able to literally climb on top of it and escape. So, what is different between shark dives and other instances of visiting predators in their natural habitats? Well, there are several. For most other cases where humans visit animals like lions or tigers, they can breathe. This is one of the main differences. When people cage dive, they have to bring their own oxygen source, whether this is in the form of an oxygen tube or in compressed bottles. Both have their disadvantages. Bottled oxygen limits the time that divers can spend underwater, and in an emergency where divers are stuck beneath the surface, this can be fatal. Oxygen tubes can and have been severed by sharks, leaving the divers breathless. Another difference is the ability to escape quickly. On safaris, most viewers have a quick escape in the form of a ready vehicle. On a dive where something goes wrong, the cage must first be reeled in, costing precious time in which so much can go wrong. The third difference that separates shark diving from other similar activities is a lack of weapons. From inside the cage, little use of weapons to protect oneself are simply not practical. Most divers will carry a large knife, but other than that, no defense other than the cage. On safaris, guides can carry a large assortment of lethal and non-lethal weapons. So how do the numbers compare? According to Africa Geographic, while millions and millions of tourists go on safari in Africa, on average, perhaps 1 tourist per year dies as a result of wild animals, unquote. Comparing this to the far smaller number of people who shark dive and the much higher death rate, shark diving is much more dangerous.
Despite the association with danger that follows the activity of shark cage diving, over 80,000 people participate in this thrilling sport. As previously discussed, people pursue it despite the described risk. This raises a popular question in regard to all extreme and dangerous sports. Why bother doing it? Because shark diving is not the only draw to adventurers out there. According to Chelina Goldman, author for Cheat Sheet, a popular health and fitness site, in 2017, whitewater rafting took 6 to 10 lives, not including non-fatal and permanent injuries that occurred. Skydiving was to blame for 47 deaths, primarily due to improper landing techniques. And surfing, according to the National Weather Service, cost 93 lives in the United States. Natural conditions were the most prominent cause of death here, with rip currents causing more than 60 of the fatalities. Popular opinion may have you convinced that the people putting themselves through this risk are crazy, or just young and dumb and chasing some long sought-after adrenaline rush. But I'll have you know that achieving these challenges results in a literal neurotransmitter release in the brain, so it's not just some adrenaline junkies looking for a fast-paced activity. The neurotransmitter release in the brain has the same effect as drugs, pumping dopamine, norepinephrine, and serotonin throughout the bloodstream, causing a natural high that leaves participants wanting more and more. So they take greater and greater risks over time, like climbing a higher mountain or diving a little deeper and staying under a little longer. Now, the fear associated with these hobbies is welcome. Despite a daredevil attitude, any fear they feel ends up helping them take the appropriate precautions to stay alive. That's an ancient concept. Risk takers alive thanks to that natural, although suppressed, flight or fight response. Adventurers who make it through these challenges become more self-confident and self-sufficient and feel unique or special for being a part of the smaller group of people who can achieve something so bold and so dangerous. In conclusion, shark cage diving is dangerous and scary and full of life-threatening risk. Popular culture and media perspective, like the movie 47 Meters Down, can lead to an extreme and one-sided perspective about the dangers of shark cage diving. But corporations who have an invested interest in the commercial profit of people participating in this sport would have you believe that there is little to no risk involved whatsoever. We find shark cage diving to have the same risks as other popular extreme sports, but also accompanied by the same rewards. Adventurers put themselves through the challenge willingly and reap the benefits of personal growth and achievement that bring them closer to themselves and nature, in addition to the natural high of happiness.